And to start things off, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a candidate for the U.S. Senate, Mr. Jim Neal.
Nothing like being the warm-up man for Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. Good evening, North Carolina. Welcome to the biggest event in the history, perhaps, of the Democratic Party in our state, something that you're all going to remember for the rest of your lifetime. I'm honored to stand here before you tonight as a candidate for the nomination to the United States Senate. And I'm here to earn your vote. I've traveled across 80-plus counties in our state during the course of the past 7 months. And people tell me everywhere I go that they don't believe the political system is serving them. They see the wealthiest amongst us and the large corporations getting all the favors, while their own lives get harder. They don't think career politicians understand what life is like for them. They want change, and they're right. As a kid growing up in Greensboro, my mother told me, she said, "Jimmy, you can be anything you want to be." Now, I stand here tonight having grown up and had advantages my mom never had. My mother grew up in a mill village, but I had the privilege of being the first member of my family to graduate from college. I went on to earn my master's degree in finance from the University of Chicago. I worked on Wall Street as an investment banker for large companies and small ones, advising them about how to navigate turbulent financial waters. I have run small businesses as an entrepreneur and met a payroll. I have raised 2 sons as a single parent. And yes, I have stood in an unemployment line. I like to think of myself as someone who has seen life through many prisms. Now, as a candidate before you, a first-time candidate for the United States Senate, seeking the right to be your nominee to take on Senator Elizabeth Dole in the general election. My mom is proud of me. My mom is proud of me because she knows that what she told me inspired me to be standing right here before you tonight. But unfortunately, a lot of parents have told their kids, their sons and their daughters across our state, the very same thing. They aren't amongst us tonight. They couldn't afford to pay to be at this event, much less pay for a tank full of gas to drive them here. I'm running to give those parents a vote and a voice here and in Washington, D.C. I'm running for the retired lady in Cumberland County who came up to me and said, "Jim, I'm retired, and I am working harder at being poor than I ever did when I was working to stay ahead." I'm running for the senior citizens in Lincoln County who pool their resources to travel to Mexico together in order to buy prescription drugs cheaper than they can buy in our own country. I'm running for Zachary Chase Carter, a student from Catawba County at the University of North Carolina, a sophomore who, when he graduates 2 years henceforth, will have more debt than he knows how to handle, and believes that he will have to take the job that will fill his bank account rather than the job that will fuel his passion. I'm running for the mother in Durham, the mother who had to turn down a job because she had a child at Duke University who had cancer. And she was afraid that if she took a job from a company that didn't offer health care benefits, that her child would lose coverage under Medicaid. I'm running for the 7-year-old girl in Fayetteville who was afraid to take a sip from her father's cup. A man who she doesn't know. A man who is about to embark on his 5th tour of duty in Iraq. I'm running for that officer's comrades, veterans of foreign war, who tonight, when we go home and turn the lights out in our bedrooms, will comprise fully 1 out of every 4 Americans sleeping under a bridge in this, the wealthiest of all nations in the country. I'm running for Chris Scanzoni, a 17-year-old high school senior in Buncombe County, a young man who's staying up until 2 o'clock in the morning working on our campaign because he believes in his democracy, and he believes that he's part of a generation that can make a difference. I'm running for Katie Stewart. Katie Stewart is a volunteer, a staff member of an AIDS HIV services organization in the Triad. Katie is the granddaughter of a former United States Senator. She's supporting me. She's telling her friends to support me. Her grandfather's name is Senator Jesse Helms. That alone tells us how far we have come in North Carolina. And I'm running. I'm running for the citizens and the good people of the rural communities, 85% of those living in North Carolina. Rural communities who live in communities where there are no jobs, where there are no opportunities, where the schools look nothing like they do in the schools in their suburban counterparts. Communities that are being devastated and feel as if they are voiceless and literally being left to die on the vine. To all those forgotten Democrats, those North Carolinians, be they independents, be they Democrats, be they Republicans, I want them to know, I hear you. The Democratic Party wins in elections when we stand firm for our values. We win in elections when we give voters a clear contrast between our opponents in the Republican Party. We lose elections when we run safe campaigns. Safe campaigns right down the middle, out of a playbook, to the point that we don't stand for anything. Our campaign is not about business as usual. Our campaign, we are the campaign of the many, not the moneyed. We are the people, about the people, not the politicians. We are about listening, not lecturing. And we are about what can be, not what hasn't been. If you, all of you here tonight, give me your trust and your voices and your votes, line them alongside me, I will take your voices with me through the door, down the aisle, and into the seat in the chamber of the United States Senate that you own, that is currently occupied by Senator Elizabeth Dole come January 2009. I can't do it without you. I dare you to hope again. Now is the time to reclaim your democracy. And now is the time to vote for what you want and not for what you think you can get. Thank you, and God bless you.